Yes, that's right. Club Condo, baby. We're back for a jam-packed week number 4, a week that has seen the Survivor fandom approval rating at all-time highs. And back here with us to talk about it, it's Chappell. Chappell, how are you?
Full tilt boogie. We're back, baby.
We're back, baby. Yes.
Yes. Listen,
Yes.
it's a great time here on Club Condo. I'm excited. I've been watching some Survivor. I've been seeing discourse about Survivor. I love when people are talking about my favorite show. So let's do more of that. Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about Survivor. And it's a tough week, okay? Where that a lot of people are down on the show. And I'm not mad at Banu, okay? I'm mad at myself. And I'm mad at him.
Oh, wait,
why would you make me podcast about Survivor and not have the Survivor be good?
Yeah, well, look, hold on. Who's upstairs that you're talking about? Someone lives above you? Are you under duress? What do you mean? Why did they make you? Rob, if you're being held hostage, blink twice.
Why did they make that my story? To make me podcast about the show and then have it not be good every week?
I don't know. I mean, good is subjective. I don't think this is your typical Survivor, but this is not unheard of for a Survivor. We've seen Survivor players go out in very similar ways than this.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for what's next. I'm excited to turn the page. I feel like that in the Evolution of Strategy Volume 5, there will be a Banu chapter. Part 2 will just be like the Banu Chronicles.
So Josh Wigler has retired from Survivor.
Yes.
But I have not.
Yes.
I was just saying, if you're going Evolution of Strategy remix, I think I'm here. I think I'm ready. Tag me in. I'm ready to talk about the Banu chapter because I think I have thoughts.
Yeah. Okay. I think on a binge, I think it'll be fine. Just like sort of like, you knock it out all in one sitting. I think you'll be okay.
Remember that time Janu quit? That's
that did suck, but that wasn't it wasn't like dominating. I mean, there were several hours of the show that were dedicated to I'm trying to think of Chappell. I was doing the math on this. That it is day 9 on Survivor, and we have seen several hours, 7 hours with these people. I don't think we've ever seen so much of a cast in such a short amount of days. I don't think we've ever had this ratio of 7 hours of the show to capture 9 days.
Right. And that might be a flaw of the structure of the game that we know, right? Because we wanted longer episodes, but then they gave us 2-hour episodes twice. And then it was like, wait a minute, hold on, pause. That's 4 hours of TV. And now you've shortened the season as well. So, because I remember, I think somebody in this episode was saying oh yeah, 6 days in, and it started to hit me. I was like, 6 days? This is episode 4. What are you talking about? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? So yeah, it feels very different that we've got so much content about literally the first couple days. Some of them are sleeping in the dirt because it's we haven't figured out shelter yet. In some seasons, they would have figured out shelter by now because it's episode 4 and it's also day 12. So this just feels very different.
So I don't know if this is inflation or what, but so there's a lot of seasons of Survivor where you are 4 hours into the season, about half of the time, and you're 12 days into the lives of the survivors. Here, we are only 9 days in, but we are several hours, 7 hours in. So we're seeing more of less.
Yeah. And there's a lot less to be shown. I think that also with us having the 3 tribe format, I've been seeing a lot of talk about that. When we have the 2 big tribes, there's a lot of dynamics to explore. But when you have Banu on a tribe with no vote, and then you have Kenzie and Q and Tiffany all pretty much in lockstep saying we should vote for Banu, what are you supposed to show us doing? Why would we want to sit with them? And then you have 2 tribes that have not gone to tribal council, so we have nothing to talk to them about. It's so you want to name Taylor Swift songs? You want to talk about Metallica? Do you want to play Mafia? What do you do with this time now that you're not actually spending it with the survivors? You're just kind of chilling, waiting on the next tribe to go to tribal council. I feel like this might be a production flaw.
Okay. So Chappell, we've talked a lot about Banu this week. Do you have any thoughts about Banu and his journey?
Yeah, so Banu's story was interesting. I think that last week we really got the ballad of Banu, where it was just this person's down and out. He's turned to his faith. He's crying out for a miracle. He gets the miracle. God decides, okay, don't love Randon right now. You can go. And it saves Banu. But then for this episode, Banu to then turn his back and say, you know what? Honestly, I need more. I need more from God. Why didn't you put me in this position? Why do I not have a vote? Why am I down? He's like, okay, Banu, you could have went home last week and say Randon some time. So we're going to count our blessings.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to say, you know what? God, listen, ask Bruce about God. God snatched Bruce out episode 1, his first season. Just whoop, snatched him on out. So you can't be choosy when it comes to this kind of thing. You got
God brought him back.
Listen, but what about Matt from that same season? He does not get brought back. We haven't seen Matt that fell off the rock. You know, God didn't catch him and say, okay, you can still you can kick it. You know, we remove him and we don't get to see him again. You know what I'm saying? So when I was watching the episode, I was thinking, dang, Banu, like, I really wish you weren't feeling like this, because I understand how it feels to be able to like want to place blame on God and say, you know, I thought I had a gift from you and this seems like a curse. But we have seen bigger curses in Survivor history than this one. This felt like you actually were given a gift of another episode of television. And with that time, you're supposed to capitalize on it. And I don't feel like Banu did.
Well, yeah, he had the one moment where he ultimately told Tiff and Q what was going on.
Wild.
That was very wild.
Unprovoked, completely unprovoked. Rob, it's like he's like, I've been given a new lease on life. I've been given some wiggle room. It sounds like Q and Tiffany were actually entertaining voting out Kenzie. You know, we kind of were like, they probably were just saying that, but no, it sounded like Q was like, I almost voted out Kenzie for you, and now you telling me this? So we know that was a real possibility. Banu has some wiggle room because, again, if they were willing to vote out Kenzie last time, maybe they're willing to do it this time. All you got to do is ingratiate yourself a little bit more. Banu sees all that goodwill and says, but what if I just didn't do that? What if I just, all that goodwill, what if I just like ripped it apart and just threw it into the wind and said, you know what? I threw y'all all under the bus. When I went on that journey, I told them, you and you had an alliance. I told them Kenzie was running the game. I said, screw this tribe and the ground it walks on. And I really wasn't expecting to be here, so I don't have another play. And then go on to blame. Like, God, what's up? Like, no. God sent you the boat. And you said, no, I'm good. I'm waiting on a sign, waiting on something else. He's like,
that's so funny.
Get on the boat.
I had printed out like that story, like coming into this week.
Oh, really?
The story of that basically, you know, the guy who there's a flood and then a boat comes and the guy says, no, I prayed to God. Listen, I need God's gonna save me. I don't need the boat. The helicopter comes. They say, no. I prayed to God, and then ultimately the guy dies, and when he gets to heaven, God says,
what's up?
Yeah, what's up? What's up, God? Why did you do this to me? He's like, who do you think sent the boat and the helicopter? And who do you think sent you on the journey? And who do you think took out Randon for you?
And it's like, okay, but if I'm Banu, I'm like, okay, God, counterpoint. Why'd you take my vote? What was that going to do for me? Why didn't you help me with that puzzle?
Yeah, God gave him a chance to get an extra vote. I mean, if Banu came back with 2 votes from doing that puzzle,
different story.
All
totally
of a sudden,
different story.
Him and Q have two votes. They can outvote Tiffany and Kenzie.
Oh yeah, if he successfully completes that puzzle, it's game over, man. I think there's a lot of survivors that you put in this spot, they come back with 2 votes, and now they're in control of the tribe, and we see a very compelling story. That's just not Banu. And so, yeah, it was fun to watch the kind of like the rise and fall of Banu, and it was a slow fall, like a slow moving train crash. But again, we got to the ultimate, like the ultimate result, which is Banu is now removed from the game. He's been voted out. Technically, he has not been voted out. So there's even some questions behind that. But we've seen.
I think he's pretty technically voted out, as far as I'm concerned.
You save that for a year and a half when you're on Twitch, and then Jordan Kalish is asking you about who never got voted out of Survivor, and you're gonna forget Banu every time.
I will fire Jordan Kalish on the spot.
You're a liar. He's on borrowed time now. You should have been got rid of him.
He's on borrowed time.
God loves Jordan Kalish. Oh my God. Dear God, no one loves Jordan Kalish like God loves Jordan Kalish. I'll tell you that right now. The man should be on the island at this point.
Chappell, how could you say Banu didn't get voted off when there's an hour and a half podcast feed about why Banu lost in my podcaster?
Okay, so we all know why Banu lost, right? He did not have a vote. He was not good at the game. He did not lie. He didn't scheme and plot. He didn't make allies. He didn't find an idol. We know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I just did it in 12 minutes. David Bloomberg, what are you doing over there? 12 seconds. 12 seconds. I just covered all of that. What are you doing for an hour and a half? Talk to me. You know, I'll check it out. I'm gonna check it out. Shout out to David Bloomberg and Jessica Lewis over there doing the Lord's work. Not the Lord's work, because the Lord said, you know, Banu, you could go. But, you know, talking about the Lord's work and then also giving you the rules as to why. I guess you kind of just have to make Banu the poster child for like why X lost. Do everything that Banu did.
And they have a poster.
Yep. Do the opposite of what Banu did. Like, why not? Why not? What's the thing Banu did well? Quickly.
Yeah. For me?
In general. I mean, as a Survivor player, I mean, he outlasted a few people, and that's part of the game. So he's not the worst Survivor player. There's some Survivor players that no matter what season you drop them in, they're going first every time.
And people gravitated to him.
Listen, there's some people who, no matter what season you're going to drop in, they're going to go first every time. We have proven that Banu has the upside of a fourth boot, third boot, thirdish boot. You know what I'm saying? That's better than we could say about a lot of people.
Yeah. I do wonder maybe in another season, like he's on like a bigger tribe that isn't losing as much, that maybe that he gets his feet under him a little bit where he's not like such a disaster, but you put him like in this calamity tribe where they're going to tribal council all the time. He doesn't know the plans that are going on. Like if he was on Siga this whole time, like I think that he would not have been like as big of a disaster. He wouldn't be costing them challenges. Like if you swapped out, say, Charlie and Banu. Like I think that Banu like would not be like, oh my God, that he is bringing Siga down.
We wouldn't even know Banu's name at this point because Siga would have been winning all the challenges and we wouldn't be complaining about this. That's what I'm saying. And, you know, Survivor's a lot about luck. People don't want to acknowledge it, but really the tribe that you end up on will play a big part in how you're perceived, because Banu is a sweet-hearted soul who has no bone for strategy at all. He does not know that game. He doesn't know how to lie. He doesn't know how to deceive. And he's surrounded by sharks. He's surrounded by 2 sharks and a goddamn mermaid dragon, you know? And so it's really hard for him to play in that game when they are circling him. He's just out there as bait and they're about to devour him. And that's exactly what happened.
So Chappell, I want to talk a little bit about Q and his attempt to try to rehabilitate Banu. Now, we know Q was upset about, he didn't seem to really mind that Banu told Ben and Liz that Kenzie was the mastermind. But Tiffany and Q seem to really not like the fact that he said that Tiffany and Q are a pair. And here's Q talking about why this was especially bad for him.
Q is young, he's athletic, he's a physical threat. Oh, by the way, add the fact that he's a duo with Tiff.
Okay.
With Tiff.
Yes.
Look, Q's laying out his resume. He said, "This is when I came on this show, I knew these things to be about me. Yes, I'm young, I'm fast, I'm athletic, I'm perfect, I'm beautiful, I'm smart, I'm like all these things. But now people think I have an ally as well. What are people going to say? What are the people going to around the well when they talk about around the well? Are they saying like Q is smart, attractive, and fast, and funny, and all this other stuff?
Yeah.
But also somebody wants to work with him. Dear
Can
God.
I just go through that list, the checklist one more time for Q? Okay.
Yeah. Charismatic,
Q is
unique,
young, he's athletic, he's a physical threat. Oh, by the way, add the fact that he's a duo with Tiff.
Yeah.
A duo with Tiff.
Yeah. Now, Q is young. Is that really, is that one of the reasons why we need to get rid of Q?
How old is Q? Is he young? Because I'm not young no more.
He's not like 21.
Right. It's like he's young. It's like, okay, I think young is a state of mind. Okay, he's 29, I think, at the time of playing this game. He's younger than me.
Yeah.
So you know, he's young.
Definitely younger than me.
Yeah. So young. Good. Okay. Good answer. You know, it's like Family Feud. Okay, show me young. Bing, he did it. Okay.
Yeah. I think he's probably like in the median age for this season.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
You know, we call that around the sweet spot for a Survivor player, that 29 to 32, 34 area. So he's in a good spot. But Rob, he's physical and athletic. I believe was he a physical threat and athletic. I feel like if you're on the Family Feud board, like show me potato salad. I feel like they're both up there.
All right. Oh, that's already been said.
Right, you already said that one once. But Q was like, let me just tell you, the target is getting bigger. I just think that Q, at this point, if Banu is telling these people, he's falling to his knees, crying out to the Lord above him, saying, why? I need a miracle. And he looks at Liz and looks at Ben and says, I'm next. And they go, well, what's going on? And he says, Q is in an alliance with Tiffany. I think everybody would be not shocked at all, because of course you are, because 3 people have gone home and none of them have been named Q. One of Banu is saying, I'm next. So it's kind of like, well, if Banu is next, Q was obviously aligned with either Tiffany or Kenzie. So it's not that big of a reveal, but I feel like for Q.
Yeah, maybe Q was going to come in and play like the Russell Hantz heroes versus villains of like, there was a women's alliance.
There's a women's alliance. It was
they
great.
They voted out Jelinski and Banu.
Look.
And then I played an idol and just
I played my idol, and then Parvati played her idol. We looked at each other like, oh no, at the same time, really? And then somehow it backfired on Banu. Like Q, I think at this point, it'd be logical to believe that everybody knows that you're aligned with the people who are left on the tribe. You know, there's no way the 3-person alliance of Q, Banu, and Jelinski got picked off. And Jess, the 4-person alliance of Q, Banu, Jelinski, and Jess got picked off by the 2-person alliance of Kenzie and Tiffany. But I feel Q, because again, he does look like a physical threat. He does look like somebody who's extremely likable in this game. He doesn't need Banu coming in and being like, also, you should target him soon. I think everybody knows that once Banu's gone and this tribe is down to 3, those people are going to be targeted. He just doesn't want to be the first one they come after. He needs a little wiggle room to play.
Yeah. And so it was funny, that scene where Banu is praying and Q is like, no, he's done. That's it.
Stop it.
Better pray harder. But Q is gonna, okay, I need some insurance. Okay. I got to make sure. What if we get to the merge and Banu is still around? And he's going to work with Banu. Now, you and I, you rehearsed this podcast with me earlier today.
Yeah, we work it through.
I hope I'm getting it right. Am I doing good so far?
I think you're doing swell. Don't ask anybody else. Yeah.
So Q was playing the role of Jeff Probst. And so he was asking Banu some questions as Jeff.
And when you say we, who is we, Banu?
Everybody. I'm vibing with all of them.
Perfect, Banu.
Is it Jeff or Coach talking?
No, that was Jeff talking then, Bob.
Okay.
And that was a little confusing that Jeff would say, Banu would say, okay, I'm vibing with everybody at Tribal Council. And Q says that he's answering as Jeff with the answer, perfect, Banu.
Yeah, no. Jeff is not, I don't think Jeff is giving people Survivor pointers in real time. You know, like Jeff says, so tell me where the alliances lie. And then Banu says, well, you know, Jeff, there are no alliances on this tribe. I think we're all equal. It's like a chain link where one part of the chain tells the next part of the chain, but we're all on the same level. There's actually no alliance there. And Jeff goes, Banu, that was brilliant. Stand up, pat yourself on the back, baby. You got it. Yeah, I think that was Q talking. Q was giving Banu some pointers.
Yeah. So Chappell, earlier today, I rewatched the episode this morning because I said, like, there's got to be something.
Got to be something here to talk about, right?
And so I was like, Banu, like looking for the eye, like it must be here somewhere. There's something to talk about. But I was watching all this, and so that Banu at one point he says like, they're trying to turn me into a robot. They don't want me to be Banu. And so I said, interesting. Like, what if I went to a real robot? Artificial intelligence. And I asked artificial intelligence to answer the question that was asked by Q at Tribal Council of what would the perfect Survivor player say to answer Jeff's question. And it was not what Banu said. It was not about I am vibing with everybody. That was not the perfect answer.
Okay, what did ChatGPT tell us was going on?
It was actually a very long-winded answer, and I don't know if this was the best answer ever. I asked it to play the role of the greatest Survivor player ever, and I was Jeff Probst, and I asked, like, who are you getting along with in your tribe? And it answered, as the greatest Survivor player ever, I'm focused on building strong relationships with everyone in my tribe, but I've been particularly getting along with Alex and Jordan.
What?
Alex has been a crucial ally in strategizing for challenges and making long-term plans, while Jordan has proven to be a valuable source of camp life and morale. Both have unique perspectives that complement my gameplay, and we've managed to create a balance of trust and mutual respect. However, in Survivor, dynamics can shift rapidly, so I'm always attentive and ready to adapt to any new developments. So who's right? Who's right?
Who's Jordan? Who was that? There have been plenty of Survivor Alexes.
Deal or No Deal Island?
Right. That's my first thought. I was like, but there's no Alex on that season. Rob, who the hell is Jordan? Is Jordan Kalish playing Survivor?
Oh. God does love Jordan Kalish.
God loves Jordan Kalish.
So I had a follow-up question. I said, who are you voting out tonight? And it said, tonight, after much consideration and strategic planning, I've decided to cast my vote against Taylor. While Taylor has been a strong competitor and a valuable member of the tribe, recent developments in this game have shown that their presence could potentially threaten my pathway to the final. It's a decision based not on personal feelings, but on strategic assessment of how to position myself and my closest allies in the end game. Survivor is a game of adaptability, strategy, and sometimes making tough decisions that can impact your standing, and tonight's vote reflects that mindset. This is the worst Survivor player ever.
Is this Adam Jordan Klein? Why is he voting out Taylor? You didn't even mention Jessica Figtails. You didn't even mention her. Where's Figgy in this equation? I'm trying to figure out why a Reddit Survivor player has never seen Survivor.
Yeah.
No, I don't. Rob. No. I don't think Banu's better than this. I don't think Banu's better than this. Honestly, I think ChatGPT thinks Banu might be the greatest Survivor player of all time. That's what I'm getting from this, because these answers are very Banu. It's like, I could lie, I could be coy, I could be mysterious about my answers, I could try to throw people off the scent, or I could just say exactly what the hell I'm thinking and hope for the best. And I think ChatGPT might just assume that Banu is the greatest Survivor player of all time. Maybe he's better on the second try.
I asked ChatGPT, who are the people in your tribe? And it said, besides Alex, Jordan, Taylor, and myself, there's Morgan, an incredible competitor in the challenges, someone with a keen eye for the social game. There's Sam. There's Casey. There's Riley, and there's Kim. Is it Sam Moore? They say that Sam is the camp life spirit, always ensuring morale is high and everybody feels included. That is to a T Sam Moore.
No, that's just Sam from Big Brother, the one who wants to curb stop women. But that's obviously that Sam, because that's my Sam Moore would never keep the morale higher on anything ever. He would be the first Survivor Sam. And if you think Sam Moore is keeping the morale high, you casted the wrong Sam Moore. You can't. That's Sam less.
Okay, no Sams on U.S. Survivor. Okay,
nah.
Jeff was wilding out this week. Did you catch? Now, you're not a Van Halen guy, right?
I did hear You Might As Well Jump. I screamed, actually. Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Ben has made several references throughout this series, just randomly. They don't highlight them. He just kind of just works them in the conversation about these random just bands and songs. And if you're paying close attention, you can catch them. But when Jeff got into the game, I was thinking, are you in on the joke? Are the producers talking about it? Or would Jeff have made this reference with or without Ben in the mix?
No,
I just don't know.
I think it's 100% Ben inspired. I don't think we've ever seen a contestant really influence the way that Jeff is calling the challenges before. It's like that Jeff has kind of been incepted by Ben.
Yeah, it was weird. I was like, is Jeff interviewing Ben? Like, how often is Ben on the front of Jeff's mind before he goes into this? Because he hasn't talked to Ben. He
doesn't talk to Ben. Ben hasn't been to tribal council, but Jeff says, I do not see any footage that's from the beach. But did Ben incept the producers that are incepting the people that are in Jeff's ear and stuff? Like, is everybody just doing Van Halen? Because Jeff was doing multiple Van Halen references during the immunity challenge.
I only heard Jump. What other references were there? Do you have them?
That Somebody Get a Doctor, I think, is a Van Halen song, and Diver Down is a Van Halen song. So he's just trying to work in the different. I mean, he's trying to just like slip them in after like Ben and Charlie inspired Jeff now.
Yeah, he's like, come on, Nami, finish what you started. He's like, oh, okay, he did it again. You know, Banu, we just can't stop loving you, you know.
Wow, that's Van Halen. Also, that REO Speedwagon.
Listen, I don't know.
All right. But anyway, but that wasn't it for Jeff. Jeff had, I thought, one of his wilder calls in recent memory in the reward challenge here, as the teams were on boats, a lot of boat challenges in this episode. And then, okay, so here comes Siga, and Tim had a move where Tim was going to leap out of the boat onto the platform. And Jeff said this.
Tim takes a big jump.
He did a big jump?
Nope.
Tim takes a big jump.
But why would he say that?
I don't know. I looked at my closed captioning. Look, I watched my closed captioning on Paramount Plus.
Okay.
Tim takes a big dump.
But Paramount Plus has screwed me over time and time again. You know, the Paramount Plus will legit just freestyle the captions. Like, listen, if you're hearing this right now, if you're listening to this and you feel me, you know what I'm talking about. The captions just do what they want on Paramount Plus, so I can't trust it.
But
however,
this doesn't
Rob,
even sound like jump.
Right, and takes a jump is not a thing. You don't say somebody took a big jump. That guy took
Tim
a big jump.
takes a big jump.
But what do you mean by that, Jeff? Because all he did was jump out of the boat.
Dump.
Go ahead and dump. Yeah, like that. Jeff starts to sing it. He just starts singing. I would love that. But dump does not make any. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't.
It does not in any context. You would never say, like, he leaped out of the boat. He fell into the water like a Humpty Dumpty.
Tim takes a big jump.
And he kind of was like hanging on for dear life. I just didn't think that it was like a dump per se, you know. It just dump. Really? It didn't feel like Jeff just started yelling random stuff. Yeah, what did it mean?
Why did he say that?
Right.
It's not a double entendre.
No, it means nothing. It's like he took a dump. Did we miss something?
Yep.
Did Tim off screen? Did he like angles? Do you have a Tarzan moment?
Okay. Well, this is a great segue, Chappell.
Okay.
All right. So Tim, of course, is a member of the Siga tribe. We saw one of your favorites this season, Jem. She's having fun.
Yes.
She's living her best Survivor life. She found the Beware advantage, and just to mess with everybody, she threw it back out there. You should see the look on their faces when they find the Beware advantage and then dig a hole, and then there's no idol there.
Yeah.
Just to mess with them.
They dug a hole at Coconut Grove. And I thought,
yeah,
it's really interesting that this abandoned, in quotation mark, island has a name for the areas of it. And I was like, why would you call it Coconut Grove? Why are people on Twitter referring it to that? Rob, is there more to the story? Is there something we should know about this particular area that they're digging?
Okay, so this was certainly a unique area. We know that they recycle these tribe beaches, and so
compost.
Yes. So there was a tweet that was posted this week on the website X, formerly known as Twitter, where season 43's Carla Cruz Godoy posted, hate to break it to the Siga tribe, but y'all are literally digging where we had our coconut grove, aka where we pooped. Siri, how long does it take for poop to break down?
Tim takes a big jump.
Uh-oh.
Well, why y'all pooping at the coconut grove?
Hold on.
Larger people who eat and drink more, or people who have less regular bowel movements, have heavier poops. It takes an average of 33 hours for food to be processed into poop and pass out of your body.
I didn't intend for that to happen, but if you made me, Carla, you rickrolled me like Banu, and then now you made my SIRI start talking.
You know, it's crazy because if you click into the comments, I'm sure somebody took Carla very seriously, just like Siri took you seriously, and began to tell her how long it took for a poop to break down.
There's a mansplainer out there?
You cannot force me to believe that there's no answer in there about the actual time frame it takes. Like it has to be in there. There's just no way. Nobody felt the need to be like, well, I mean, if you will, you know, like if you really want to know the answer, but maybe not. Maybe we're in a different area of time, right? Maybe Carlos fans get it. It's just a joke.
Yeah. Okay. So this is interesting in a lot of different ways.
Yeah. Now, why y'all pooping in the coconut grove? If that's the grove of your coconuts, why are you pooping there?
Okay. So now Coconut Grove is just to to clarify some of these terms. Like that's just Survivor code for, you know, a place where players are going to go to the bathroom. There are not actually coconuts in the Coconut Grove.
Is it a metaphor? Like are the coconuts like supposed to be symbolic of the
I think the metaphor is that the coconut, I believe, is a natural laxative.
Is that the truth?
I think so. I mean, it was not called that once upon a time when I played on Survivor, but if I had to guess, I think that's probably what it was.
You had coconuts the second time you played. What did y'all call Coconut Grove the first time you played?
We didn't call it anything.
So you're just like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna go take a dump. Might as well dump.
Tim takes a big dump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Like back in my day, you didn't have to go that often.
Oh yeah, you just weren't dumping like you used to back in the Amazon. I mean, you know, these people are not supposed to be eating that much. So
I don't know.
Carlos tribe was a good tribe though. They probably had a lot of food moments, you know.
Okay, so the Sega tribe is digging where the blue tribe from Survivor 43 was going to the bathroom. Now, I guess they do aqua dumps, but maybe it's nighttime, maybe it's raining. Not everybody, maybe it's not always safe to go to the ocean. So this might be the more nearby bathroom. But don't you think, Chappell, shouldn't production, mark the area? Like, these beaches are getting reused so much. Like, shouldn't they just tell the tribe, you show up, okay, me and you, we're on the green tribe, and they tell us on the first day, like, hey, just so you know, this area is designated. This is where survivors go to the bathroom on this island. This is where you should go to the bathroom on the island. So just so you know, you're not putting your shelter in another tribe's bathroom.
Production don't care about these people, Rob. Every season, we see the season ends, and then the next season, we put another tribe on the same island. People have blatantly just told the public there's no food on that island. Yeah. Everybody's publicly talking about how there's a whole ass beach where there's nothing to eat, and production's still like, let's keep using that. How about we just keep using that? Let's just keep starving the people. So no, production doesn't care what these people dump. They just keep putting people on the same spots and saying, yeah, let's hope nobody notices. I think it's really starting to it should not be to the point where people at home can start to mark iconic locations on the island. You know, like next season, people are gonna be like, there's Coconut Grove. There it is. Like, oh, you see it? That's where it is. I bet the idol's there. I think at some point you got to change it up. Rob, would you be opposed to Survivor? I know you said that you don't really care. What if Survivor started going back on location to some places? What if we started to change this up to where you don't have to see the same 3 islands, the same outcomes, the same landmarks, the same Coconut Grove? What if we're back to China or something? Don't you miss it? I
mean, in a vacuum, sure, that would be great. But honestly, it does not bother me at all. Like, I think of the things that have changed on Survivor in the last 20 years, the fact that that they stay in Fiji does not bother me one iota. Like, I feel like that the fact that they stayed in Fiji leads to other things that I don't really love, like them having all of the season the names are just like numbers now, and that's because they're in Fiji. So I don't care for that, but you know that I do think that there are a lot of things that they gain out of being able to stage the whole show. Like you never say with Big Brother, like, hey, how come they don't ever do Big Brother in different houses every year? It's like, no, you love Big Brother. That's where they do it. The Price is Right. You don't say how come they never do Price is Right in a different studio?
I'll push back against the Big Brother thing. We love the new house reveal. It's the same house, yes. But we do love when they put glitter on stuff. That's what I'm saying. Survivor, change it up. Yeah. Some of these trees, it's room with some moss.
It's
you know,
honestly, but this is one that there's a lot of like logistical reasons. They have a good relationship with the Fijian government. They save a lot of money. They get to keep all the challenge stuff there. So like that one makes sense to me. I have no issue with it.
where is Earl Island? Remember Earl Island? Remember Earl?
Yeah.
Where is Earl? What the Fijian government? Y'all love Survivor that much? Why are we not doing the Mecca no more?
They were
Since
in
you
a
wanna
different
talk
part of
about it.
Fiji. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not the same Fiji that I know. This ain't my Fiji. Where's the Mecca?
Where are the sea snakes?
Where's the sea snakes? Where's the Mecca? Where's Lisi Linares? She's still out there.
Yeah.
I hope
She's
so.
not. I don't think she's still out there.
Really? You sure?
I think they brought her back. They never go to that cave anymore.
What about the cave? Remember when Yao Man found it? So that wasn't wait. So when they found it, I thought about it though. When we saw that Banu's tribe is like sleeping in the dirt underneath this wall, I thought for a second that might be the Yao Man. Like
they're in a totally different part of Fiji. It's
Boo!
not,
This is not my Fiji.
Not your
Boo!
Fiji.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Boo!
Okay.
Boo Burners. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So we know Tim
takes a big dump,
and he can. Tim can take a huge jump and then a dump.
Yeah, Tim, this was a choice. This was definitely a choice because I see that everybody else knows not to jump on the thing. They don't take the dump. They just kind of hold on to it. I guess once you see him F it up, you don't really, not to make that mistake anymore. But, we've seen, I don't know if I've ever seen anybody just like try to hold on for dear life on one of these things when you really just have to grab the key.
Tim takes the big jump then he dumps.
Mm-hmm.
You know who can't?
Who can't?
Mariah. Mariah
can't jump.
Mariah cannot jump. This we know. Okay.
Oh my God. Homegirl can't jump. And coming out here, even my friends were like, Mariah, you're going to have to tell them eventually. And I'm like, no. It's fine.
Okay. Mariah cannot jump.
She can't.
Now, shouldn't we have gotten a backstory about what it was like for Mariah growing up as a person who can't jump? Wouldn't this have been a great time to flash back and get her story?
Yeah, like her out in the mean streets of, California. She's trying to play basketball, but she can't get picked up on a team because Wesley Snipes is there. And you're like, I don't know about this Mariah character, but she's got some skills, but she's also a white lady. So maybe she can't jump. I don't know. And so then we'll see it unfold. I'm sure it's probably like some big scam. They should make a movie out of this. White woman can't jump.
Right. This is so perfect because, everybody's like, this lady, she can't jump. She's got no ups. She can't do it. Hey,
no hops.
Hey, all right. Lady that can't jump. You want to play a high stakes game of Wipeout with me for money?
Why would Mariah do that if she can't jump? Wipeout, from what I know, is heavily jump influenced. It's 98% jumping.
Yeah. Well, how about this? Mariah might be a hustler because Mariah was a contestant on the game show Wipeout. Chappell, why would somebody be on Wipeout if they cannot jump? Answer that.
It sounds like why would Banu come on Survivor if he cannot survive? It's like
you're gonna say, why was he on IMDb if he is not an actor?
So many questions. I have so many questions. But yeah, apparently Mariah has tweeted out a clip of Rob, I'm sorry. If I wasn't looking at this with my own eyes, I would not believe it. So Mariah can indeed jump. Is that what you're telling me?
Sam, do we have a clip of Mariah on Wipeout? Okay. Sam is pointing to the chat. Okay. Let me see if I open this. And okay. So here's Mariah, and okay, we're gonna point to this. Okay, so all right, let me just give a little bit of setup before I get to that. Okay, Mariah was on an episode of Wipeout.
Impossible.
Okay, yes. The episode is from. Do we know what year is this from? 2021. Is this a reboot of Wipeout hosted by John Cena and Nicole Byer?
What? What?
Mm-hmm.
What? What?
Yes.
What?
Yeah.
I get Nicole Byer. I understand Nicole Byer. You want her to host everything. She makes sense. She's just that good.
Mm-hmm.
But why John Cena? You can't even see him.
Yeah.
The time is now.
Here he is. Okay. And so the name of the episode is called Nips, Flips, and Dips.
Sounds good to me. And dumps.
Tim takes a big dip. Yeah.
A dips, a slips, and a dumps.
Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. So we have some investigative journalism that went on here by our good friend Matt Ligori. I was ready to talk about this on Survivor Know-It-Alls. I was ready to talk about this on the post-game show on Monday. I said, let me wait till Club Condo, but then everybody beat me to the punch talking about it. All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Sam is like, save that for Club Condo. I could have had the breaking news on this. Okay.
No. This is the time. This is where we need to break this down.
All right. I was ready to get into it with Marianne on Wednesday night. All right. So let me bring this up on the screen. Okay. So here we go. This is Matt Ligori had asked the question after this week's Survivor episode. I'm very confused. Okay. So here we go. That Mariah had originally posted back in February. Loved the episode with Mike Bloom and Rob Cesternino, but one itty bitty correction. Your girl didn't just compete on Wipeout, she won. Here is Mariah winning Wipeout.
Is that a clip or is that just like a screen?
I think this is just a
screen grab.
Okay, a screenshot. Okay. So then Matt Ligori went back to that tweet and asked his question this week. And then we got a response from Mariah. Let's look at this, okay?
Okay. Okay. Doesn't look like she could jump there.
No. What was that strategy? And we had another Running Man type of leap. Yep.
Okay. So Mariah
cannot jump.
Well, she cannot. So Mariah there in that clip that we just saw took a big dump.
Do you have to jump for it to be a dump? Because it just looks like she fell. She just fell. She plummeted.
Okay, and then we have another clip.
Plunge.
Here's Mariah giving the hoop hopper a shot.
You got this!
And Mariah foregoes jumping through that ring altogether.
Wait.
What a statement. She doesn't need a ring.
Here's
I have so many
Mariah
questions.
takes a big dump.
Rob, I have a question.
Yeah.
How do you win Wipeout? Because all I'm seeing is her losing Wipeout. Like I've seen her wipe out. Is it how do you wipe out? Is that the game? You know, RHAP's Derek was on Wipeout and he came back as an all-star on Wipeout as well. Maybe he knows Mariah.
Okay. We can ask him. I don't have him standing by. I do have another RHAP staffer standing by. Sam Moore is standing by. We tasked Sam Moore to go on Max and watch this episode of Wipeout, which is available. Nips, Dips, and Flips. And he's standing by to talk about it. Okay. Sam, are you there?
Hello. What's up?
Hi, Sam.
What's up, Sam?
Okay.
How's it going?
Good. All right. You had the chance to check out all the nips,
the dips,
and the slips.
Yeah. So I basically just did the Mariah supercut for the most part because I'm like, okay, I don't need. There's like 6 other people, and you only see that like in the first heat that they're on, they go through the thing. You see like 2 little clips, and they're like, they completed it in 6 minutes and 47 seconds. I'm like, how did that happen? I saw literally like 15 seconds of them on this course. So there's a lot that's not shown. But
how many nips were shown, Sam?
So actually, this was the first pair of 2 guys came on.
First pair of nips.
Well, not pair.
Oh,
so I believe it was a father and son or brothers, something like that. They had
wait, they were either father and son or brothers.
This is taboo.
2 guys. Around like, around the stomach area, they had a hole in their shirts cut out because they had matching third nipples. And they wanted to show those off.
Interesting.
They had the Wahlberg?
The 3-tribe format.
Yes.
Oh my God. The 3-body problem.
Yeah, so actually, I think there were only 2 nipples shown, but it was 1 on each and not in the typical area.
So it was still a pair of nips, but not in the way you would have expected.
Exactly. So, really reinventing this. That was the nips part of it. And then the slips and dips is just the rest of typical Wipeout.
Yeah, okay, but So was it competitive? Is Mariah's partner on Wipeout a superstar?
No, so like it seems like even if so we saw her like get knocked out by the loop thing. I think they just reset him after it. I'm not really sure. They don't explain it. They're just like, they completed this in 6 minutes, 47 seconds, like after she gets wiped out by the massive ring. Like, I'm like, how did it get here?
Did she get taken to the final 2 of Wipeout and then beat the other person?
So at the final, it was their pair and another pair, and they apparently did it faster. But there wasn't really much jumping in the final round other than that clip, the first clip we showed. That was the final round, but that was apparently the only time she fell.
Chappell, why does Mariah keep putting herself as an anti-jumper? Why does she keep putting herself into situations where she has to jump?
A never jumper.
She's a never jumper.
Yeah. I just don't understand. Mariah, I wish you would step back from that ledge, my friend. we would understand. Am I doing it, Rob? Is that what Jeff would do? Yeah.
Pretty good. Yeah.
It was a good one. I thought so. Yeah. Okay, cool. I was like, yeah, I got that one. Yeah. Listen, Mariah, you ain't got to live like this. You ain't got to jump.
Nip blind, right?
Exactly. Yeah. Or 3 nips down.
It's a different band.
It's a different band. So here's the thing, Rob. We get this segment about Mariah not being able to jump because they're assuming that they're going to.
Anything else?
No, that's basically it. I really do not understand. Like, I understand the concept of Wipeout, but the way it's produced, it's very tough to follow. Like, who's doing well?
Yeah.
Watching this wiped you out?
It did. Yeah, I gotta go take a nap.
A nip?
Sure.
Damn.
Chappell.
In this segment, you saw it. They were prepping for her to have to jump.
Yes.
And then we see the challenge.
They just had to fall.
They just had to fall. I feel like, based off of what you just told us, this is her skill set. She won Wipeout not really having to jump. But falling, we've seen several clips of her falling, and she does it with style. Some would say she flies.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I fully expected it to be the one where you have to run out and like, grab the key or something.
Right.
That's what I was anticipating.
Yeah, we saw Lydia Meredith try to do that, and she just could not because some people just can't jump. But Mariah was given a gift. And I think for us, I can't think of a better gift for this tribe because she is a Wipeout champion. Is it a problem taking a Wipeout champion to the end, Rob? Do you feel like you should have to like?
How much money did she win on Wipeout?
So, they won $25,000, but $25,000 for the pair. So that's about $12,500, and I'm assuming before taxes.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Well, we've heard from her several times. She has plenty of money. She has several businesses. She's been on 300 podcasts. That's chump change for Mariah.
Right.
She does not care. She's like, baby, I made that money in my sleep. I made that falling down and Wipeout. You think I can't? You think I can afford to come on Survivor? Stop it. I'm Mariah. Money Raya.
All right.
Merch going.
Yep. All right.
More money, more problems. That's what we should start calling her. More money, more money, more money. Team Mariah. She's great. I really liked her segment. Survivor has been doing a really good job of filling in the dead air with just stuff that does not matter. Because that whole Mariah thing was great. If it comes back around and she actually needs to jump to win the Fire 4 final 3 final making challenge or something like that, that's when I'm like, okay, we love Mariah the jumper. Like, let's put this to the test.
Chappell, we had a little bit over on the Nami tribe. We got to see a couple different things. One of the things we got to see was that Soda and Tevin were creating some original music. We found out on the On Fire podcast with Jeff Probst. I know Tyson was talking about this on his podcast about that he was doubting whether or not this was a true story, that Coach had claimed that Coach had been contacted by the Survivor production people to basically copyright a song that Coach had made up on Survivor. But we heard Jeff Probst on the On Fire podcast talking about how the song that was sung by Tevin and Soda was then with musical accompaniment by, I believe, David Vanacore, that they had to basically, I'm not sure if I'm using the right terminology, but license that music.
Oh, so this is a real track now. Like I can go listen to this on Spotify and Apple or something.
I don't know about that.
I mean, it is a song, but is everything that you sing on television now a song that you need to copyright? What about this song made it so different? Because there was musical accompaniment?
So I think what the rules are of if you go on Survivor, you're not allowed to sing somebody else's song. If they do, Survivor has to license that. But if you, Chappell, went out there and just started making up like a brand new song, okay, and then they aired that in the show, that CBS Survivor would have to then credit you as being like the you are singing a song that is created by Chappell, and that you have the rights to that. And then if somebody sampled your original song that was in there, then you would get royalties.
Oh, so they could win like an Emmy for outstanding music now because they, are the authors.
Could they
or
win
the
an
artists
Emmy?
here.
Would they win an Emmy or a Grammy?
Survivor doesn't win Emmys. Let's just start there. Survivor does not win Emmys, and they ain't winning one this season for sure. But no, the Emmys do have a category for primetime, like outstanding.
That's the original
music.
song.
Yeah, that's how these artists
We
win.
need some food. We're in the mood to win some food.
Look, again, I'm not gonna win an Emmy for it, but it is cool. Like maybe they'll get nominated. Sometimes some people say it's an honor enough just to be in the conversation.
Okay, Chappell, this song now has been an officially created song and written by Soda and Tevin, but Hunter is still hating the music.
He already told us that this is not his thing. He's been a camp counselor before, but he doesn't love this. I'm Team Hunter on this one. I like songs. I just don't like the idea that we can sit around and make up our own songs. I was mean to Survivor earlier. Survivor does win some Emmys. I just don't think this is the one that's going to win it for them because it's really hard to win a Emmy for something like this on a song you just made up. But the fact that they could even be in this conversation, I think it just speaks to the talent of Soda and Tevin. Yeah. It was so good. The chord progression at the end. I said, okay, we doing it. Hunter was being a hater. I'm just throw it out there. It'd be different if the song was bad, but they kind of.
The song was bad, but the song was good.
Yeah, they kind of brought it together. You could even see Tevin and Soda, their face. They were in it. She was doing the lip bite, like. I was like, oh yeah, that's how you know. Like that invisible banjo was going.
Yeah. Now, the only thing that I would say, if it turns out that this was the case where that Tevin and Soda sing a version of that song for every single thing that happens, and that's just the song, and they're just replacing the words with whatever's the next thing, and Hunter has heard that 5,000 times.
Oh, okay.
I will give like where it's like, it's time to go to the well. Wouldn't that be swell? Like, oh my God, not again.
Again.
I can't.
It's very much.
But
this is
from
the
what I
song
heard,
that never ends.
it was wonderful.
Yeah. Some people started singing. Yeah, it's the same concept of like, whoo, the first time this was good. It's even got the quality is probably picking up too, because the more you do it, the better you're probably going to get. But it's the fact that like you're just doing different versions of the same song that might get tiring. It's like you better be ready. Remember that? Remember when Survivor had a theme song throughout? Remember what happened to Winners at War? We scrapped that
got lost in the old era. Yeah.
How did we lose that song? It was only there for one day.
Yeah. It was a banger. Let me see.
It was. It's not. It's nothing compared to this.
Do I still have that?
I don't think you do.
See. Yeah.
I don't think you do.
Let me just tell people, if you just started watching Survivor during the pandemic, there used to just be sometimes a song would just start playing in the middle of the show.
Yeah, good times. They don't do that no more. It's we live in a past life, with some of the Survivor stuff,
All y'all are like, bring back the auction. Chappell's like, bring back the woman that used to just sing in the middle of the show.
I miss her. Bring her back.
Yeah. Okay. So later on in the episode, we saw that Soda is playing a hard game. And she is talking to everybody. Tevin is feeling a little bit threatened. And we see him talk to Hunter. And Hunter is like, yeah, would definitely vote out Soda. We see him talk to Liz. Liz is like, yes, that is perfect for me. I would love that. And so Tevin is thinking about voting out Soda. And he tells us in the confessional, he tells us this.
She is manipulating. Soda got to go to.
Soda has got to go to. Chappell, I just wanted to see if you and I could potentially workshop. Instead of Soda has got to go to, I feel like there were so many different directions Tevin could have gone.
Interesting. Go on. I'd like to hear it. What are you thinking? Because I trust Tevin. I don't trust you.
You don't trust me?
I mean, with this type of thing, Tevin seems like he has the pedigree to tell you, like, if he got a catchphrase, a song, a jingle.
Excuse me. I was doing confessionals when Tevin was in diapers.
Okay, but listen, we don't talk about the olden days all the time. You know, give Tevin his due. Like, look, Rob, this is your chance. I'm just telling you, Tevin has proven himself worthy in this era.
Mm-hmm.
What you got?
No, I'm just saying, maybe you and I could workshop some things.
Let's do it. What do you mean? Okay.
Like, was Soda has got to go to? Was that the best way to go? I mean, maybe it could be like a McDonald's, and where maybe Tevin could have said, "And I am going to take this soda to go."
Soda to go to. Does it have to rhyme with soda?
Does it have to rhyme? I don't think it needed to rhyme. I would say like, for me, the soda has gone flat. No cap.
Stale. No cap. Huh?
That's double meaning. Double meaning.
Okay, no cap took me out. I'm not gonna lie to you. No cap. I was not ready for no cap. Soda's got to go to. That's good, but no cap. He should have ended it with no cap. Soda has got to go to no cap, and I'd have been like, fell onto the floor like he did. Like, bruh, Soda has got to go to no cap. It's done it. He did it again.
Might be more of a lid in a to-go situation, but
yeah, whatever. But I understand. You know what I'm saying? I think you have a good thing going right here. This was good.
There's something like it's time for a shakeup. That means Soda's about to explode.
I mean, maybe if Soda said that, because remember, Soda's really good at branding too. Because Sodar, we didn't really give it its time.
Pretty good.
That's dope. You know, like I don't know how long she's been using Sodar, but when Survivor heard it and saw her going boop, 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 and like did the Sodar kind of visual, that was gold.
Yeah. Sodar could be like a real thing. It's like, is it radar or is it sonar?
Or it's Sodar. It's you know, it means something else. Sodar stands for sound detection and ranging.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's a real thing.
It's a real thing. This is science, Rob.
Yeah. I mean, what about the rest of the tribe? What if Liz is going to be Tevin's next target?
Liz is about to go bankrupt.
Liz is about to get the biz.
Yeah.
Or lose the biz, maybe.
Lose the biz because she has several businesses. Okay. We're making sense here. When Hunter is becoming the hunted. You know, I got to feel like, you know, there's some Tevin. Give it to us. Let's go. Yeah. I don't know what we can say about Tevin. Tevin's going to win the game.
I'm more worried about what we could say about Venus.
Oh, yeah. I got nothing. Nope. Nothing. Sorry.
Okay. All right. What else from this week, Chappell?
I don't know. You know, seeing Banu kind of fall to his knees at the feet of Tiffany, that might be the most uncomfortable I've ever been watching Survivor. We've seen people beg for their life.
Yes. Look, can we talk about the Banu begging segment? Because it started off with, Kenzie goes to him and says, Kenzie wants to know, what can I do, Banu?
What can I do?
Can you find me an idol?
That was a big request.
Can you go give me an idol?
That's a big ask, I think, from Banu.
Well, she's like, what can I do? Well, could you get me I mean, if you really want to help, these are the questions Jess should have been asking. They're like, Jess, have you looked for an idol? She's like, could you give me the one you have? No, not the fake one, but could you, if you really wanted to save me, could you give me an idol?
Yeah. I feel like maybe an opener might have just been like, could you vote for Q tonight? Could you vote for Tiffany?
Could you vote with me?
Yeah, could you vote with me?
What would it take to vote out Q? Like, what would you need?
Yeah. Can you give me an idol? But yeah, Tiffany is not having it. Banu gets down on his knees and begs Tiffany. And Tiffany is like, We're not doing this.
Please get up. Please get up. Please stop this. The most uncomfortable I've ever been. And this is not the worst begging I've ever seen on Survivor, Rob.
Yes?
People have short memory.
What was worse?
Let me take you back to Survivor South Pacific, okay? What is that? 22, 23?
23,
something like that? 23. Edna Ma says, I will eat my own poop. She said that. She said, I will eat my own poop, Rob. She said it. And people gonna act like
takes a big dump.
And Edna opened up wide. She said, take me.
That's what she said to stay.
She said, I don't know what I think she was talking about earning people's trust or whatever.
Yeah, I think she's said to believe, to trust me, I think.
But why would Rob, if you're not willing, actually, some survivors actually eating their own poop to get on the show. Wasn't that he was a lawyer, he was a ginger, Chris Hammond.
Oh, Chris Hammond?
Yeah, didn't he say in his interview, he was like, I just reached down and ate some poop. Like, bruh, that's worse than anything Banu's ever done.
Is that true? Also, like, have I blocked out a lot of this stuff out of my memory?
You don't have a scatological memory like I do. I think I just remember the shitty stuff. The shitty stuff stands out, But I remember Edna Ma saying that she would eat her own poop. You don't remember that?
I do believe it's sounding familiar.
I mean, it should not sound.
I'm trying to get the actual quote.
Yeah, the fact that it sounds familiar should tell you all you need to know. But yeah, she was willing to eat to save her life.
Okay. Let me see. So Edna Ma, she's saying to Coach. Let me just.
She said she would eat a piece of his poop. That's how much of 100% that she's with him. That's what she was saying. According to the Survivor Wiki, it says, as Albert and Sophie reclined on the beach, Edna again broached the subject of voting out Brandon. Albert said he was giving the idea legitimate thought, but wanted to make sure he was on the right side of the numbers. When he asked her if Coach was 100% in with the plan, Edna confirmed it, saying, I will eat a piece of his poop. That's how much of 100% I am that he's in with this plan. I'm just saying.
Did I see something wrong?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, Banu did not offer
Which
to eat
member
shit.
of the Yanu tribe would that have worked best on?
Was that going to work with anybody? I mean, who? These are the sharks. The person who it might have worked with was the first boot, Jelinski. Jelinski might have been like, well, let's see it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me hear you out. Go ahead. Do what you got to do. Yeah, bet. Go ahead. I'm not saying Jelinski would have believed you, but I think Jelinski would have been like, well, you're here. Let's see. And Jess can't poop because she only been eating ants. Ain't nothing to poop. Yeah. So I think this is the problem. I think that people are blowing out of proportion.
Should production step in before that happens?
Before someone actually starts to eat the poop?
Yeah.
Production should have stepped in when Banu fell to his knees and started begging. Like, if I'm production, like, all right, cut the cameras, dead ass. Banu, get up. Seriously, get up, because people are going to boycott the show. People are going to think that we're torturing you or something like that. No one is doing this to you. You chose to be here. Get up. And because this puts Tiffany in an outrageous position, because she can't be like, no, Banu, and step over like he's like effing Allen Iverson. Like, she can't just like walk past him. She has to entertain it.
After Q practice with him. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I really thought Tiffany handled that probably as good as a person could handle that. She's like, stop. Stand up.
I would have had to walk away. I'd been like, all right. And then I would have been an awful person, because
you would have hated that.
You know me. You know how I feel about stuff like that. I'd have been like, literally,
you
turn the camera off right now.
Out of your skin.
The way I would have reached up and grabbed the camera and just threw it into the ocean like the damn hourglass. You know, I was like people were like, okay, Chappell, what's wrong? Like that. I'm so uncomfortable right now that if you don't end this, I'm going to quit. Like, Banu would have saved his own life in the game. The moment he falls to his knees, I'm like, all right, I'm out. Tell Jeff to come get me. Pick me up. My arms.
My favorite part of the whole scene, I think I probably watched it like 4 or 5 times.
There's no way. I will never see that scene of television again in my life, because it makes me that uncomfortable.
It ends with Banu just like flat on his back. Like,
I'm like, get your Get your ass up,
Yeah,
Banu.
like almost, it was like he had passed away. He just sort of like.
I was at home, gritted teeth, like Banu. Get your
and the crazy part was the drone shots. There's some guy with like,
right. They're like, bring it in closer. And he's looking at the drone shot. Banu sees this. We talked about this we had the 17th, and I was like, what is the moment where you realize that you're on TV again? Right, the sobering moment where you're like, damn, that's going to be aired in front of a bunch of people. Like I did my best to stay on the show, but is there a limit? There's no way, Rob, I could have gone home after this. Not saying that I could have gotten voted out, but where home would I go to? I was like, didn't you go on Survivor? No, actually, we were boycotting the season. We'll never watch it. We can never watch this season of television. It's like, what happened? Did you win?
Have the watch party?
Watch party? No, I would tell people I died on the show, and then they would be boycotting it. I would try to get Survivor canceled before they could air my season. I'd be like, Survivor's problematic, a thread. And I would just be listing things one by one, telling everybody why Survivor should not be watched. I would be trying to cover my own ass.
Change.org.
Right. Keep this show off the air now. It just made me so uncomfortable. I'm sorry. There's just, I can't even think about it.
Yeah. Good for Banu. That Banu from where he grew up to he's on TV. Millions of people are watching him. Like this was like a total win for Banu.
And Survivor lobbed him like the ball one last time at Tribal Council and said, hey, Banu, we've had you on this entire time. You've been showing your ass for 2 weeks in a row. Here's your chance. You don't have a vote. Everybody unanimously is about to vote you out. The stage is yours. Tell your story. Mm-hmm. And Banu gets up and he tells one of the most touching stories I've ever heard in my life, which I'm sure is part of the reason why he got cast on the show, because it is such a story of triumph with him coming from poverty and pulling himself up, being the first one to graduate from high school, first one to go to college, to move to America, to become a citizen. Like he said, I'm a trailblazer in these streets and I made it to Survivor. And that is commendable. And I like that Survivor gave him a chance to do that. But it was a long episode. Rob.
It was long.
It was a long episode.
And I don't begrudge anybody who says like, hey, this was not for me, because that for Banu, this was like a total win to go from where he came from to get here to he's being watched by millions and millions of people. But for us,
for us
who have watched, so some have called it the greatest game ever played.
It's been a long time since somebody said that.
They haven't said it recently.
I don't think anybody said that.
They used to say that. They used
to say that. They used to say that.
And we have been on this journey of about, 670 episodes to get to this point. And we were watching a person with really, there was no game whatsoever. This was a foregone conclusion. And 3 people who could not wait to write this person's name down. They didn't even get to write their name down. And ultimately, it would be sort of like if we were watching like sports where the team is like completely eliminated from the playoffs. Like they're just playing out the final game. And then basically like this was like Rudy, where not 17th placer around legend.
Legend.
Back in my day.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's like, okay, let's let him get on the field for one last time, and like the game is over, and that's what this whole final segment was.
Yeah, it was just like a victory lap for Banu, but it didn't feel like a victory lap for the rest of us. It was like, this is not a victory. We're watching this person lose in slow motion, and it's kind of like, if you could just yada do this, because what we will see later on is that they'll probably do like a double boot episode at some point when we're all gonna be asking, well, how did this person get voted out? What happened? And you're gonna think back to the episode where Banu got voted out and think, I wonder if we could use like 30 minutes of that time to maybe show us some more of these other players that actually have a chance to win the game. Banu gave it a great shot, but this was not the game for him. There was no game there. They took away his shot in the dark, which for me, the life of me, I do not understand why you're taking away people's votes so they can't use the shot in the dark. The whole point of the shot in the dark is so that people like Banu can survive stuff like this. Like what this should have been was Tribal Council where 3 people were voting for Banu, and Banu was saying, I'm playing my shot in the dark, so one of y'all is going home. And then that makes those other 3 people decide, oh, maybe I flip. Maybe I do vote for somebody else because I don't want it to be me. That would have been impressive. That would have been good TV. But Survivor said, no, at this point, we don't need that. Let's Survivor. Let Banu go.
Look, you want to take votes away, you want to give votes to people, that's fine. But who's this benefiting that he can't even do the shot in the dark?
Right. That benefits nobody.
At least there'd be some juice going into this final Tribal Council.
Right. Take the vote. Don't take the shot in the dark.
Yeah.
That's the point of the shot in the dark. This would have still been suspenseful if he had it. That was the thing.
It would have been okay, maybe. You never know. And Caleb, maybe.
And then it might happen. And what if it had happened? What if 2 rounds in a row, Banu cries out to the Lord above him and says, God, send me a miracle. Give me something. He begs, he pleads, he falls to his knees at the feet of Tiffany. He has nothing else to go, but he just has his shot in the dark. They counting him out. Jeff says, do you even need to vote? And Banu says, we do. And then everybody's like, wait, what?
Yeah. So I think in that situation, and he can still not have a vote. Then okay, all right, Banu is so it does not count. We have no votes. Okay, Kenzie, Q, Tiff, you gotta do. We need a name. Yeah,
we need a name.
And then Kenzie would have gone home.
Yeah, but then we have good, compelling television. You know what I'm saying? And then Banu lives to fight another day. The story of just the miracles, one by one. Survivor took that from us when they took Banu's vote. So, I have there's a lot to quibble with on this episode, but I'm not just going to throw this all at the feet of Banu.
Yeah. Okay. But we will move on.
We will. We shall.
No Banu. The season is officially started. Yeah. It's going to be a madcap scramble here. Only 17 days left in the season.
Yeah. I saw like a teaser. And it sounded like Jeff was removing somebody from the game. And I couldn't tell if that was a random removal.
I thought it was maybe the random redux.
Yeah.
But I don't even know why you would highlight that. Nobody's like, I gotta check that out. If somebody's getting medically evacuated, I gotta watch that episode.
Do you think there's a world where someone gets medically evacuated again?
It's possible. Also, I think that I saw some speculation maybe that I'm taking you out of the game is that there's some weather event that's potentially coming.
Oh, okay. Back in the old days, they used to talk about the monster and what the monster was becoming. And honestly, we joked about it in 41.
Retired.
I don't think so. You don't think this was the monster? Did you see the way the monster was approaching Banu for the last 2 episodes? I mean, just creeping up behind him.
Monster got him.
Yeah. Like, it was like, that's what they said. Like, you just run out of room to play at some point. They took his vote. He was on a tribe. He lost all his allies. It was just the monster finally got him. And now the monster has to set its sights on somebody else. It got Randon. It got Jess. It got Jelinski. It got Banu. Who's next?
We'll find out Wednesday night. Chappell, anything else about this week?
Nope. This was fun. Fun to talk about.
Fun to talk about. We had fun here.
We did. Again, good. Also, all Survivor is better than no Survivor. Good Survivor, bad Survivor, mid Survivor. Give me that. As long as we're getting Survivor, I'm good. I'm happy.
Yeah. Okay. And I really am hopeful for where we go from here, because I think that Banu was blocking a lot of what could be going on. And I think I do think it's going to be a fun rest of the way, but we'll find out. First step is on Wednesday night. So join us for another week of Survivor here on RHAP. Chappell, what's coming up for you?
At Recap Kickback. If you just go to recapkickback.com, check out the podcast, check out what we're talking about over there. It's a great time. We did our Black TV theme song bracket part 2 last week. This week we have a special podcast with me, Mariah, and Tyrone are talking about Freak Nick, The Wildest Party Never Told on Hulu. Check it out. It's a good time. We have a lot of good insight into Freak Nick. We talk about our experiences, some personal experiences as well. It's a good time. It'll be available this week on Recap Kickback. You can also catch me on RHAP talking about Netflix shows on Nothing But Netflix, talking about Below Deck with special guest Jason Ork this week as well. So check me out in all those cases and follow me at Recap Kickback wherever you get your podcast and on all social media platforms.
Okay. Great job once again, Chappell. We've got another big week coming up here. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you hit like on, we got, some people are saying YouTube has been commenting lately. They said not enough comments, not enough likes. So we need to hear from you. Otherwise, they said that they might have to put this on my permanent record. So
yeah, is YouTube the banker from Dondi? Is YouTube like caller from Deal or No Deal Island? Like, hey, Rob.
They said, Rob, we thought you'd have more likes and comments by now. It's like,
and you do not.
Working on it.
We're trying. We're trying.
Please, I'm begging you. Let me get on my knees, people.
All right, get up. Stop it.
Please,
Stop it.
please.
Stop it. You're a grown man. Stop it. Nope. Please. Oh God. I'm gonna have to leave. I'm sorry. Nope.
Bye, everybody.